the video surrounded by a bunch of choppers. You're the Canadian chopper slinger now.
Oh my God.
You the Toronto trigger squeezer now.
This guy's crazy.
He doesn't just not understand black culture. He doesn't understand any culture, because why does he have a video where he's got a bunch of guns laid out in front of him? Like he's got, mob ties, but he's currently trying to deal with that problem in court.
We don't want to party with you.
We don't want to party with you. We don't want anything from you. Half the time we don't even like your makeup. So it's like...
Drake just flashed real guns in a music video, pointed threats aimed right at Kendrick Lamar. But instead of people being scared, Pusha T stepped in and called him out for fronting. We all thought Drake might have humbled himself after getting roasted by Kendrick, but nope. It's 2025 and Drizzy's still out here acting like he's in some gangster flick threatening violence on camera.
So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now.
Now he's back doing the fake mob boss routine, but this time, it seriously blew up in his face. Fans are roasting him online for the fake tough guy moves, especially since he's over here suing his own label, whining that losing to Kendrick ruined his reputation. That's wild. You can't play gangster 1 minute and then run to court the next. But Pusha T, he didn't hold back, not even a little. With the new Clips album finally dropping after 15 years, he used that moment to go in on Drake. And yes, Kendrick's featured on it, even though Def Jam allegedly tried to pressure Pusha into cutting him off the track. Now, PCIA is spilling everything, naming names, calling out the sabotage, and exposing how this whole Drake versus Kendrick mess is tangled up in the Clips comeback. The drama is just getting started. Let God Sort Him Out is finally here. And just before it dropped, Pusha T had something real to say to Drake. He hit up IG and posted, "Can't nothing stop this greatness. The lies are very telling. The people will never believe these smear campaigns." He didn't even have to name names. Fans instantly knew who he was aiming at. Why? Because it had just come out that Drake was allegedly paying random online pages, most of which had never even heard a Clips track, to trash the album.
Y'all favorite Twitter pages are being paid to slander Clips the week of their album release. Man, I've been waiting to have a conversation with y'all like this for a little minute. So yesterday, Kirko, a famous page on Twitter, posted Clips' upcoming album, Let God Sort Him Out, has reportedly surfaced online days before its official release. And they turned their comments off. Now, Kirko has posted like when songs leak and stuff, but usually when big albums are about to come out or albums that people are talking about, like Hurry Up Tomorrow, for instance, The Weeknd's album leaked a couple days before the album drop, or some songs leaked at least. And they didn't necessarily post it. So I did find that weird.
For weeks now, Drake stans have been swarming socials, trying to drown out Clips' comeback by saying they're washed, irrelevant, and begging for attention. They were dropping lines like, "This is the worst rap album I've ever heard," and Clips should be ashamed for still trying at their age. Mind you, these dudes are pushing 50, and somehow that became the internet's favorite insult. Like rap has an expiration date or something. One commenter even went off saying, "Holy ish, I'm gonna laugh so hard watching people try to hype this. Clips is struggling. They need to stop talking about rappers way more successful than them and focus on making good music." And it didn't stop there. They were saying this whole rollout was desperate, accusing Clips of using messy tactics just to compete with a Bieber drop, a Travis Scott single, and Drake's Wireless Weekend. The hate was loud, but so is this album. LOL, that's like the opposite of a coke high for them. That's how one person described the meltdown happening online, as Drake's fans jumped in to defend him, this time taking shots at Pusha T over that smear campaign post. One OVO supporter on X didn't hold back, saying, "There is no smear campaign. No one gives an F about Clips in real life, hasn't in 4 presidents. And we know because they're about to tour and can't even sell 20% of their seats. Brutal." They're saying Clips is crying wolf because the numbers aren't in their favor, and that reality is finally smacking them in the face. But Pusha's supporters, they see straight through the noise. They're saying all this back and forth from Drake stans is just a distraction, a loud cover-up to take the spotlight off another embarrassing move from Drake himself. That's right, Drake just dropped a new single called "What Did I Miss" over the weekend. And surprise, surprise, he's back to complaining about how people turned their backs on him during the Kendrick drama. He's name-dropping betrayal, loyalty, and switched-up energy saw chud again. And the timing? He dropped it exactly 1 year after Kendrick's Not Like Us. So yeah, it's clearly meant to be a comeback shot. But the internet wasn't buying it. Fans lit him up for still playing the victim while he's the one who's been tossing slick shots for months. One user said, Drake always playing victim. He's the fake one, trying to control your friends. Didn't work for you, huh? And another posted, I wish folks would finally realize Drake is always acting like the victim. This pity act, it's getting tired fast. Lawsuits, drama, and a whole lot of side eyes. Even in his latest track, What Did I Miss? Drake's still pushing that martyr complex like it's part of his brand now. Kendrick already called him out for this in Euphoria. This whole poor me act is tired. Forget rap beef. Drake's not built for that kind of smoke, and fans are calling it. And let's not ignore the lawsuit bombshell. Drake is actually suing his label, saying they let Kendrick defame him with those PDF allegations. That's a huge move. But here's the wildest part. What Did I Miss has lyrics that are mad questionable for someone wrapped up in those kinds of allegations. One line that's got people side-eyeing heavy is, she might decide to say no to me now, but say yes to me later. Like, we get what he's trying to say, but wow, Shusha, that is not the kind of bar you drop when the internet is already dancing to certified PDF file jokes about you. And as if the lyrics weren't enough, the music video for What Did I Miss just added gasoline to the fire. Drake's out here standing in his backyard, surrounded by guns. It's like he's trying to make a mob movie, except it landed way more goofy than gangster. Fans immediately started roasting him online, saying he looked like he was trying way too hard to act tough. Even Charlemagne couldn't hold back. He went in on The Breakfast Club saying Drake was straight up cosplaying a shooter. Extremely corny is how he called it, and the internet agreed.
I mean, y'all don't think it's extremely corny for him to be in a video surrounded by guns?
No, absolutely it is. For sure.
Y'all don't think that's extremely corny?
Yeah. But the song, honestly, it just sounds like another good hit Drake. I mean, a good Drake hit. It don't really sound like...
I don't even know if it's.
I wouldn't say.
I mean?
I wouldn't
Like,
say a hit.
It don't.
It's a cool
I mean,
record.
like another Drake,
Like the
single.
vibe.
Like, okay, so like a vibey single.
Why
like,
is he in the video surrounded by guns? What is the point?
Because
You want to go to war because you lost the rap battle?
He said nobody cared till they in front of your tombstone. So what's
I'm
up?
not at him. I'm not mad at it. I just don't love the record. It's a cool record.
Why
I
is
just don't
he
love
in
it.
the video surrounded by guns?
It was a reference to something, but I can look up the
Aubrey
reference.
Gun Graham?
Man, he raised up.
A.R. Graham now. That's who you are now. You're A.R. Graham.
Oh my God.
This record would make a lot of sense if Drake hadn't said nothing for the last year and a half.
If
He hadn't said a word, no lawsuits, no nothing, hadn't said nothing. He just came out, what did I miss? I didn't know what y'all was on. Like, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
But you in the video surrounded by a bunch of choppers. Huh? You're the Canadian chopper slinger now.
Oh my God.
See, I'm just not. It's cool.
You the Toronto trigger squeezer now.
This guy's crazy.
Huh? What's going on?
You are so, I know that man talk about you at therapy. You are so triggering.
Why y'all that? But why, man? That's just tone deaf. You in a video surrounded by guns. You lost the rap battle. It is what it is. You got your ass handed to you for the past year and some change. Now you back with the choppers. And that's okay. That's just
It's
y'all
not
cool
okay.
with.
Drake's supporters tried to defend the video, saying people missed the symbolism with the guns. But let's be real, nobody's buying that deep meaning spin. In the What Did I Miss video, all the guns are pointed at Drake J, snipers aim straight at him, and he's just standing there like he's unbothered. The message? Everybody's gunning for him, but he's still standing on business. That's the image he's pushing, but a lot of people aren't buying the symbolism. Instead, they're saying this is just Drake throwing another sneaky jab at Kendrick, poking the bear again. One user on X put it blunt. Kendrick is a street dude. He's about that life. Drake is not. He's a pretender. And in court saying they said bad words about him and feels threatened for his life while still dissing and displaying guns. Another added, mid-legal battle, rapping around a bunch of guns, talking revenge, and then on live stream threatening to assault or kill somebody. Yeah, Drake missed big time. They're talking about that moment during Drake's recent live stream when he was driving a box truck around promoting his upcoming album, Iceman. Everything was chill until a group of kids on bikes shouted the B word at him, straight quoting, "Not like us." And that's when Drake snapped back, cursing at them and saying something like, "You could get shot." People caught that real quick. But let's be honest, nothing Drake said actually sounded like a real threat. It was more bark than bite, like always.
So where? So what then? So what then, big dog? Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't look away now. Don't get shy now. We'll fold that up right now. Nerd. Stop it. Stop it, brother. Yeah. Blessings. Blessings. Big up yourself.
Also worth noting, this all happened in Toronto, which explains why Drake suddenly switched on his thick Toronto accent that night. That part had people laughing too. Now back to Pusha T, because he's not letting up. Just days before the Clips album dropped, he sat down with GQ and dragged Drake over the UMG lawsuit. Pusha said, "I don't rate him no more. The suing thing is bigger than some rap-ish, I just don't rate you." That's a hard line, and it shows Push is done with the back and forth. He's not playing games, and he's making sure Drake knows it loud and clear. Damn, it really takes the soul out of the art when it stops being about the music and starts turning into lawsuits and label politics. Like, why are we even talking litigation over a rap verse? That's what PCIA just laid out, revealing that Def Jam actually told Pusha T to ask Kendrick to tone down his verse on the Clips track Chains and Whips because they were scared Kendrick would say something wild about Drake. But Pusha wasn't going for it. He refused to censor Kendrick. Then Def Jam took it up a notch. They told him to scrap the whole song from the album. Again, Pusha said no. That's when things got ugly. Def Jam dropped Clips from the label altogether. Straight up, that decision led Clips to sign a distribution deal with Roc Nation instead, and now the truth's spilling out. In a new interview with Elliott Wilson, Pusha broke it all down, how Def Jam started nitpicking the Kendrick verse, applying pressure, trying to force his hand. But Pusha didn't fold. He stood his ground.
And for them to have, you know, the energy of like a censorship level of energy, like, no, we're not putting this out. You stop, you know, talking to my management team.
And that wasn't even the end. Pusha also compared this whole mess to the fallout from his 2018 beef with Drake, back when he dropped the story of Adidon and revealed that Drake had a son the world didn't know about.
And for me, at that point, I was like, man, this shit reminds me too much of 2018. And reminds me of everything that happened, you know, within that year and a half.
Your battle with Drake.
Right, but I mean, just the censorship of it and the things that, you know, were stopped and halted and verses and so on and so forth. I was like, oh, this is a real situation.
In another interview with Pop, Pusha opened up even more. He said that after the story of Adidon dropped, some of his own tracks mysteriously got shelved, almost like he was being punished for going after the golden boy. He felt it then, and now he's seeing the same pattern again.
After Adidon, or whatever, there were quite a few records that were stopped, put up, you know, like, yo, we're not doing this, or was, you know, just basically shelved. And it was verses, my verses,
Pop Smoke album,
Pop Smoke. But the telling part was when they would get the lyrics wrong.
Oh, sure.
So it one day I forget what song this was, but there was a Pop Smoke song that definitely was that had bars in it.
By you,
but then there was another that didn't, and they thought it did, and I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here? Because, you know, you're interpreting something totally wrong.
Pusha made it clear he tried to let that stuff go. But when Def Jam pulled the same kind of move with Chains and Whips, that was it. He knew he couldn't stay quiet. This time, he was ready to push back and call out the industry games for what they are. According to Pusha, Def Jam didn't just try to silence Chains and Whips because of Kendrick. They hit him with a wild excuse. They claimed they had concerns over him using the phrase Trump card, saying they didn't want to risk beef with Donald Trump, but Push called that out for what it was, straight up nonsense. He said the real reason was obvious. The label was trying to protect Drake. They didn't want two of Drake's biggest ops linking up on the same track.
In your mind, they were being overly sensitive about you rapping about another artist signed to that label. Drake, a huge artist under the Universal banner. And they were sort of playing referee. He was getting Shea Gilgeous-Alexander calls, is what you're saying.
For sure. For sure.
And at that point, you said, all right, I'll keep it moving. You put out Story of Adidon on SoundCloud instead of commercially. The Pop Smoke verse
that happened.
Removed.
The verses get removed. A couple verses get removed. I move on.
Right.
I just move on musically.
Right.
You know.
So then fast forward to 2024.
Fast forward, yeah.
Drake and Kendrick do their thing.
Boom.
Drake files a lawsuit.
Boom.
You play them your new song with a Kendrick verse on it.
Boom.
how do they react?
Now, mind you, the energy up to that point is everybody's clamoring, oh, new album's coming, so on and so forth. Excitement, everybody's ready. Listen, we 10 songs, 11 songs, 12 songs away. I mean, you know, close. We show up with the Kendrick verse, and everything's halted. It's halted. It's said that it will not be put out. They just didn't want to put it out. They would not speak via email.
They didn't want anything in writing.
Yeah, the label would not send emails.
Nothing in writing.
Nothing in writing to my management. They would call my management, 10 times in a row, trying to get all of this, trying to, just plead their case. Now, there was nothing even to be, they didn't like the optic, in my opinion, they didn't like the optics
of two Drake foes teaming up.
Right.
Yeah. Did there a line they pinpointed?
Censor? They pinpointed a line where the phrase trump card was used. Right? And so stupid. Like, it's like the phrase trump card was used, and they said that they didn't want any problem with Trump or something like that as well.
Unrelated to...
Yeah, unrelated.
Totally
even unrelated. Yeah, totally unrelated.
Just a Trump...
Yeah.
A Trump,
yeah.
So you felt like they were... looking for something.
Of course, they were looking for
to halt the optics.
1000%. That's my opinion.
Push later tried to play it cool, saying the song isn't even about Drake. But come on, the title alone is way too pointed to ignore. Chains and Whips sounds like a direct clapback to a specific bar from Drake's collab with Jack Harlow on Churchill Downs. That's where Drake spit. All I hear is plug talk coming from middlemen, a clear jab at Pusha. Then he followed with, all I hear is tall tales coming from little men. Whips and chains like a dominatrix, which looked like a swipe at both Pusha and Kendrick in one breath. So now, Clips and Kendrick naming their song Chains and Whips? No way that's just coincidence. It feels like a coded response, and fans caught it immediately. And now the real suspense kicks in. What is Drake gonna do next? He's been teasing that his new album, Iceman, is on the way, but still hasn't locked in a release date. All we know is he's been dropping hints left and right saying it's coming this year. With the Kendrick beef still stinging and Clips back in the game, Iceman could be Drake's shot at redemption or just another round of shots fired. One thing's for sure, the pressure's on and everyone's watching. Drake dropped that collab project with Party Next Door not long ago, and fans really thought he finally got the message. Stick to the smooth R&B vibes, the melodic rap lane where he shines. It looked like he was leaving the fake tough guy act behind. But fast forward to now, and here he is back to flexing guns in videos and talking like he's ready to shoot somebody. Wild switch up. And now, he's back on Instagram dropping cryptic posts, hinting that this beef with Kendrick still ain't over. He's teasing that Iceman is about to shake the table, saying it'll leave people feeling uneasy. In a post, Drake wrote, I grew up non-confrontational and always treated this game as a sport where my pen won gold. But these days, the podium has been hard for all of us to ignore. He added, I understand that this next chapter may leave you feeling uneasy, but I hope you see my honesty as clarity, not charity. That answers some questions, especially about the unanswered texts you've been sending me. Now, what exactly that means, no one knows for sure, but the way it's sounding, Drake's gearing up for something big with Iceman, and it's clear he wants to come back swinging. Please subscribe, share, and like. See you on the next one.